For the sport.
I spoke to Frank Warren this week. It looks like we may get Alexander Usyk and Daniel Dubois. We've got a couple of minutes left. This June, potentially at a big stadium.
It's the one.
It's a big fight.
It's the one.
Joseph Parker's hovering there for me as well to fight the winner.
Yeah, listen, Parker deserves to fight the winner, but obviously he should have had the Dubois fight. Didn't happen for whatever the reason. Dubois was ill. Now he's back in the game. But Dubois and Usyk has to be the number one heavyweight title fight.
Frank Warren has officially confirmed that Alexander Usyk will face Daniel Dubois in a massive stadium fight this June. But here's where the controversy explodes. How did Dubois leapfrog Joseph Parker for this shot? Parker, a proven warrior who has been grinding for another title opportunity, is once again left in the shadows. Just months ago, Dubois pulled out of a fight due to illness, allowing Parker to step in and dominate Martin Bacol. Now Dubois is back in the mix as if nothing happened. Fans are outraged, questioning whether this is about merit or yet another boxing politics move that benefits business over the sport. Meanwhile, Duke McKenzie didn't hold back, brutally dismissing Dubois' chances. According to him, Dubois isn't just stepping into a...
Does Dubois do it second time against Usyk? He gets outboxed, yeah?
He gets outboxed again.
Does he get stopped?
Quite potentially, sure. Nobody's beaten Alexander Usyk. You know, I don't want to make it sound too cliche, but for me, where heavyweight boxing is concerned, he's head and shoulders. He's Premier League and everybody else is First Division. As much as I like Dubois, and Dubois is improving all the time, still not got what it takes in my eyes to beat Usyk.
Tough fight. He's walking into a nightmare. Usyk already schooled him once, and this time, it could be even worse. The skill gap is undeniable. Usyk is a world-class technician, while Dubois is still struggling to prove he belongs at the elite level. Some believe Dubois has improved, but against a generational talent like Usyk, improvement alone won't be enough. Was Parker robbed? Or is Dubois truly ready to shock the world? Let the debate begin. Against a generational talent like Alexander Usyk, mere improvement won't be enough. Relying on a puncher's chance? That's wishful thinking. When has brute force ever toppled pure boxing mastery at this level? If Daniel Dubois thinks he can walk Usyk down, he's in for a rude awakening. The reality is harsh. Dubois is either about to shock the world or suffer another humiliating beatdown. Can he truly defy the odds? Or is he destined to be exposed once again? The stakes couldn't be higher. Will the underdog rise, or will Usyk cement his legacy with yet another dominant performance? Meanwhile,
Daniel Dubois to pursue Alexander Usyk fight next. Viral infection caused Joseph Parker pullout. Daniel Dubois will pursue a fight with Alexander Usyk next rather than revisit a clash with Joseph Parker. The ring has
made a bold move. He's skipping past Joseph Parker and heading straight into a rematch with Usyk. This sudden shift comes after Dubois pulled out of their scheduled fight due to illness, giving Parker the chance to step in and dominate Martin Bacol. Now, with Frank Warren confirming Dubois' intention to fight Usyk this summer, the debate is reignited. Does he truly deserve another shot? On the other side of the division, things are heating up, with Anthony Joshua's name still looming in the title picture. One thing is certain, heavyweight boxing just got a lot more interesting. As Daniel Dubois prepares for his rematch with Alexander Usyk, fans are left wondering, does he have what it takes to rewrite history, or is he setting himself up for another one-sided beating? With Joseph Parker's momentum surging and heavyweight politics in full swing,
but Dubois is now expected to chase a rematch with Alexander Usyk, who holds the WBA, WBC, or WBO and Ring World Heavyweight titles. Dubois' dad, Stan Dubois, briefly spoke to the Ring about his son's future plans and what caused him to pull out of his scheduled fight last week with Joseph Parker. He said, "Next we want Usyk. It's frustrating about the Parker fight, but he couldn't fight with an infection. Usyk is who we're going after next."
Division is on the brink of explosive shakeups. Adding another layer of intrigue, Dubois' father, Stan, recently spoke to the Ring about his son's future. While he voiced frustration over Daniel's withdrawal from the Parker fight due to illness, he made it clear that the focus is now entirely on Usyk. The stakes couldn't be higher, and Dubois is determined to avenge his loss. Usyk, the undisputed heavyweight champion, stands in Dubois' way once again, and this rematch has the potential to shake up the entire division. Can Dubois overcome the odds and dethrone the champion, or will Usyk once again prove too skilled, too experienced, and too dominant? Meanwhile, boxing insider Spencer Brown didn't hold back.
Why should it be Dubois or Usyk? Why don't they step up and let him fight? But listen, I don't pay the money. It's not my, it's if they want that. But I don't like that. I think it's wrong. I think Joe should be given his. He'll get a fight. He'll get.
Expressing deep frustration over the situation. He's all too aware of the behind-the-scenes politics and made it clear he's fed up. Brown pointed out that instead of giving Parker the opportunity he rightfully deserves, certain figures in boxing seem to be pushing their own agenda. With tensions rising and the division heating up, fans are eagerly awaiting what could be a defining moment in heavyweight boxing history. As heavyweight boxing politics play out, Spencer Brown isn't afraid to call it like it is. He believes backroom deals are deliberately keeping real competition out of the ring, raising the question on every fan's mind. Why aren't the so-called big names stepping up? And more importantly, why is Joseph Parker being sidelined despite proving himself in brutal fashion? Brown doesn't control the money, but he made one thing clear. This is pure politics, and it's a disgrace. However, he's certain that Parker's next big fight is in.
Joseph Parker, in the immediate aftermath, called out Alexander Usyk, and for me personally, if ever there was a guy who deserves a world title shot, if ever there was a guy who deserved a crack at Alexander Usyk, even though Daniel Dubois is a champion, for me, it's got to be Joseph Parker.
Inevitable. It's only a matter of time. The real question is whether the sport will finally do right by Parker, or if boxing's power brokers will rob him of his moment once again. With the stakes higher than ever, fans are watching closely. Parker has done more than enough to earn a world title shot. After a dominant win over Martin Bacol, one of the most avoided heavyweights in the division, he made it clear he's ready to take on the toughest challenge out there, Alexander Usyk. Realistically, who deserves it more? Parker has faced and beaten top-tier competition time and again, yet the same old politics continue to push Anthony Joshua's recent comments speak volumes about his unwavering belief in Parker. He's confident that Parker will eventually become a two-time world champion, despite the obstacles ahead. Joshua understands.
He also says, Dubois, I know you're in the conversation of Dubois. He's like, what do you do with Joe Parker?
There's lots of things there to be done, and we will do them. I mean, there's no doubt about that. There's lots of. Sorry, I can't hear it. There's lots of things that we can look at, lots of permutations, and we'll get there at the end of the day with a really good fight for Joe. I mean, he's on the Queensbury team, and we'll make sure we.
That the journey to the top isn't just about talent. It's about timing, opportunities, and everything falling into place. Having been through the grind himself, he knows the struggle of making it to that level. Joshua saw Parker come close during his fight with Daniel Dubois and believes his time will come. Becoming champion is never easy, but Joshua has no doubt that Parker will rise to the challenge and claim what he deserves. The real question is, will it happen sooner than expected? Or will the stars need to align a little longer for Parker's shot at greatness? Meanwhile, Lennox Lewis is keeping a close eye on Parker's journey, especially after his latest dominant victory. With uncertainty surrounding his next move, the heavyweight division is waiting to see if Parker's moment has finally arrived. The decision on whether Daniel Dubois will face Parker next or take on Alexander.
I have one question.
One?
It's one.
Okay.
You want to fight Daniel Dubois next?
Yes, I wanna.
Will that happen?
What?
Will it happen next?
Good, one question.
What did you make of Parker Bacol?
Usyk in a rematch has left fans speculating. However, Lennox Lewis is particularly intrigued by the potential showdown between Parker and Dubois. He believes it could be a thrilling battle in the heavyweight division. When asked who he sees coming out on top, Lewis acknowledged that Dubois currently holds the belt, but made it clear that Parker is not someone to underestimate. He sees tremendous potential in Parker, praising his skill set and ability to compete with the best. While respecting Dubois, Lewis believes Parker has what it takes to pull off a massive win. The heavyweight division is heating up, and Parker's future has never looked more promising. A fight between Parker and Usyk could be even more disruptive. Parker's power has been increasing steadily.
He needs a world title shot.
He was supposed to get it tonight, and he will get it, 100%. And I'm rooting for him to become two-time champion of the world. It's not an easy feat. It's one thing, like, he was there, he was on the door of it today, in terms of with the Dubois fight, but it shows you how tough it is. It ain't just like how good are you, it's the stars have got to align. Just to get that champion in the ring takes a bit of like luck as well, so I'm sure his time will come.
Becoming more evident with each fight. Recently, he's been hitting harder than ever, a factor that could pose a serious problem for Usyk. This matchup would be a true spectacle, pitting Parker's raw power against Usyk's technical finesse. While Parker has always been a solid heavyweight, his newfound strength and confidence have transformed him into a different fighter. This fight has the potential to be a classic, one that could shake up the entire division. If Parker brings his A game, he might just pull off the upset fans have been waiting for. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more in-depth analysis and updates.